Hey dudes.
Hey dudes.
Merry Christmas. It's nearly Christmas time.
Kiki said to me today, how come it's gone so fast, Mum?
What?
Christmas. I said, it always does. In this week, everyone always says, oh my God, how come it's nearly Christmas? It's like eventually it has to come.
What?
That's the thing.
Christmas.
Yeah, it doesn't come suddenly quickly. It's just what people
Why
always
do
think.
we always pretend it's a surprise? Why do we all
don't
say,
know.
bloody hell, it suddenly landed, doesn't it?
I hate that. Oh, we're running out of time.
Yeah.
What time?
What time?
Time for what?
Look at that. I saw Izzy tonight. Look at a lovely little Christmas
Isn't that the most
card.
gorgeous
Isn't it
card?
exquisite from Izzle?
It's a little bit Tracy Emin like.
It's a little bit Tracy Emin like, isn't that sweet?
I love it.
How are we all?
Who's joined us for a moan?
Where's the hats? Good question.
Go and get the hats.
Gonna go and
No
get the
good
hats.
without the hats. Who's joining us for a moan today? This is moaning about the season. I tell you what, I'm going to kick off the first moan today. Mark, take that
I
away.
feel like a right turkey.
Our rubbish is so full that we can't put the turkey in it.
Right.
So we literally don't know what to do. My first moan is, we don't think the rubbish people are coming again until after bloody Christmas. And we've got the worst rubbish people in the country, I reckon. And we could be left now with totally full rubbish bins the week before Christmas. We'll have to get a bloody skip.
Get a skip.
I don't want to be a turkey. I don't want to be a turkey today.
You're a turkey.
No,
I'm a Christmas tree.
I don't want bins every 2 weeks, Trish Thompson. Us too. Right, that's our first moan. Cha-ching.
Hang
first
on a
moan,
minute.
the bins.
Does anyone else have a problem with, we do all of our recycling and they don't effing take it?
Don't we did a whole piece about Mark? Don't start getting too weird. Just be normal for a bit. Take your hat off because you're going to get too weird.
They wanted a hat on.
Yeah, but we're not going to be able to have a proper conversation because
I'm
you're going
having
to
a
get too
sensible
weird.
conversation. I'm not getting weird.
You, darling, are you really seriously saying that? Look at you, and you're saying you're not getting too
Our
weird.
subs asked for hats. You're not wearing
Hello,
one.
Francesca. Hello, Helen. Hello, Isabel.
So true, Mark. Thank you, Tash, Adrian.
What?
Anyway, so our bins are full.
Hang on. My first moan is I've run out of port. Been wrapping. Who was that? How do we get it to go back up again?
You get me to do it. You do it like that.
Where is it?
Been
First moan. That's Terrell Fisher. I've been run out of port. Been wrapping, watching Elf, and drinking port.
That sounds cool.
It's quite a good thing though to run out of port because port can give you terrible hangovers.
It can give you terrible hangovers and it can give you gout.
Lynn Hurst, you're right. Christmas is so stressful.
Can I ask a question? This is related to our first groan. How do you leave or give your dustman a Christmas tip if you're not there when they empty the bins? What do you
People
do?
stick it to the bin.
Yeah, but then how do you know that people at the bus stop won't just take it? Dual
Yeah,
lister.
how do you leave your money for your
It's hard. It's
bin
hard.
man? Leave it in the bin.
Okay.
Box of beers, says Darren Hook. Dustman and tip. But how do you tip them? Tape it to the bin. Oh,
Ashley Gardner says, sorry, Mark, I can't look at you seriously.
I know.
Should I take it off?
No, it's fine as long as you're not talking weirdly as well as having a weird hat, because then it's too weird. Trying to finish the book I'm reading and do my last assignment of 2019. Stressful. Oh, that is stressful with Christmas coming up as well. Natasha, that was from Natasha.
Hi, Natasha Fearon. So what's the second moan?
Hi, Leo. Spy on them with the ring. Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Like
She's
I
always
spied-
on it, Leo.
You are. Like I spied on all of Maddie's guests to her party.
Leo, I saw that you lost your nan. Sending lots of
no,
love.
sorry.
Yeah, and we know how hard that is, so sending love. Noticed that on Instagram. Darren boy, my moan is down to serious depression, meltdown.
Oops, sorry. Hurt there. After 2 epilepsy seizures. Oh,
Oh,
Darren boy,
no,
I'm
that's
so
so
sorry.
hard. That is so hard. That's what I mean. I think that though we all have the jolly fun and everything, actually, even us, it is a lot of the time in between doing stuff to get stuff ready, it's about feeling like you're not achieving it, or you, when you're depressed, you feel like you can't be depressed because it's Christmas. There's so much expectation. It's just
a time of year where
a day.
But can I just say, we didn't have time today, but we were going to do a showbiz news thing on what A-list celebrities are doing for Christmas. And in amongst all these images of Christmas trees and everything, it is a time of the year where all that's being pumped out are images of perfection.
Yeah.
Perfect trees, perfect turkeys.
Perfect friends
just
out
perfect
having a perfect Christmas time.
That's the one that's really good. That's the one that really gets me, is perfect conviviality.
Yeah.
Whereas,
well, it's never perfect conviviality.
you know what? I might post an image on my Instagram of me having a perfect staff outing of my own in a corner
You
of a
in
pub.
your car with a Diet Coke.
Yeah, no, just me in the corner of a pub on my own. With a Diet Coke. What do you reckon, guys? Someone, Luby T just asked, is that hat hot? Yes, very hot. That's
Very,
why I've just
very
trimmed
hot.
it up.
Oh, I was trying to read something.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all right. You didn't know.
It's gone all the way.
Sorry, I saw that.
There's quite a lot of comments here. So what? So you and Robbie Mark, Jill Lister thinks.
Oh, I've
me
got
and-
another thing to moan for. Because I've been so stressed, I ground my teeth so badly last night that I've dislocated my jaw on this side, and it's bloody agony. And it means I've got to try and find someone to manipulate it back in. Who wants to do that at Christmas time? So annoying.
Not me.
That's a little moan.
Can I give you my moan?
How are you feeling, Kathy says to Mark? Are you less depressed, even with all the extra stress of Christmas?
Well, here's the thing. Someone asked me that, I think, on my Instagram today. I am faking it to make it an awful lot, but it works. It's
Trish
like,
Thompson says fake behaviour is exhausting.
yeah, fake behaviour, yeah. But faking it to make it, I tell you what I like. The thing I try and use a lot at Christmas is being of service. So like, you know, our dear Pat, Nadia's parents, Nanny Di, you know, making it nice for them. Obviously making it nice for the kids, but the kids are at an age now where they're kind of more cynical than anyone I know. But you know what I mean? It's kind of, it's a time, isn't it, for others. So if you can't find that inner cheer, just find it for other people. Try and get out of Lake Me. That's what I try and do.
Zoe, the Insta life can be draining sometimes, can't it? It
what
can,
life?
the Insta life. And I always think, I mean, we're luckier because we're older. We've come to social media older, and we're pretty established as people, like in our lives. And you know, we've got each other, and we've got a good family, and you know, I've got good friends. And I think when you're younger, it must just be so daunting to not actually fall into the trap of believing it's all true, because it's not true. It's really not true. I've been at enough do's where it's kind of all right, not bad, and then everyone gets together and goes, and then you get an amazing photo.
Yeah.
So somebody earlier there just said that they had a small moan, and it made me smile. She said, it's just a small moan, but with my family, we either have a meat or a non-meat Christmas, and they have to do a game of rock, paper, scissors to decide,
Oh, I saw
and they
that.
lost.
So
they've got
meat.
no meat for Christmas, which did make me laugh. Don't know who you were. Come back again and tell us who you were.
I just quote Xander Gibb, conviviality is bullshit. Straight between the
Now,
eyes.
you see, I'm a great one for conviviality. I like conviviality.
No, I like it, but I don't like the promotion of it as the gold standard, that if we can't achieve it, we're somehow
Yeah.
lacking.
Jodie Hilliard doesn't have a Christmas moan because I'm 14 and don't get why Christmas is stressful.
Oh,
Sweet
Jodie Hilliard,
heart,
stay
enjoy
there.
every moment of it. Just
Stay
stay
there.
where you are. Just stay where you
Stay
are
there.
without stress.
My husband is not happy waiting for ambience. Ambient music? Caroline Dodsworth?
Victoria Bradwell, my moan is family is just never in one place. Parents are divorced. Mum moved away last year. Brother has his own family. And my father was taken to hospital a few days ago and is now home resting.
Yeah.
That's hard. I mean, it does bring into sharp focus, doesn't it? It's this time of year. We're all looking around going, oh, okay, well, why isn't this the way it is? And why isn't this relationship what it should be? And why aren't all the families together? And why don't...
But it is also a time to attend to those relationships in a calm and kind fashion. Someone's asking, Katie Hay is asking,
Hi, Claire from Ruby Kelly.
how are Izzy and Fleur? I saw Izzy tonight and she's absolutely lovely.
Yeah,
and
this
Fleur's
is her gorgeous card.
absolutely lovely.
Look that she drew.
We're
Isn't
seeing
that
Fleur
beautiful?
just after Christmas Day, I think 27th, and Izzy's
The good thing is,
off on a retreat.
The good thing is, they are off doing their own
Living
thing because they're
their
grown
lives.
young women. So
Someone just said just a minute ago, John Riley, there you are. Let's moan about the amount of repeats on TV. I think television, conventional television, is shooting itself in the foot. There's not enough new programming.
I mean, the thing is, we're going to get the Radio Times, but we kind of all know that there's not going to be anything really that we want to
Nothing.
watch.
I used to love putting circles around things, but everything's already been out. In fact, if I see Dad's Army once more, not to say it's not good, but when you've seen it 36 times, I've had it. I've had it. I remember, someone just said moan about working over Christmas. You're absolutely right. I remember my first ever editing job, I had the night shift where I had to edit all through Christmas Eve night, Christmas night, and Boxing Day night. That's shit. I think the being of service idea is lovely. Yeah, it's not always easy, because some days
it's
you
really
wake up...
hard for people that have to work at Christmas. Do you remember when Nanny Di? Because Nanny Di used to work on an anorexic unit, didn't she? And do you remember all those Christmases, years and years, where we didn't know whether she was going to be here for Christmas Eve or she always had
Story of my life.
No, she always had to do a shift, didn't she?
Yeah,
she always had to do a shift on one of them. It's horrible.
Yeah. Well said, Mark. Simon Dutch. Don't know
No,
which bit.
Xander Gibb, I'm not on tomorrow, I'm on Thursday.
What are you drinking, Nadia?
I'm
Been asked quite a few
drinking a
times.
very small, half a shot Jack Daniels with Diet Coke.
That's a great moan. Gabrielle, don't like it when you agree not to buy presents and then people buy you presents anyway. That's a great moan.
That's a great moan.
That's a
And we
brilliant
always
moan.
have this every year. I say, just buy 4 or 5 presents. And then I stick to it and he doesn't. And it's so annoying.
When I met Nadia, her family said, with great relish around the table, let's do Secret Santa. And I said, no, that's for meanies.
But it's also good for people that are struggling with
Absolutely
money. It's a really
right.
good
You
way to do
taught me
it.
that because I was profligate and I was too over the top. Christmas. Oh, I just saw something. Too many repeats, so boring.
Hi, Anne Savage. Hi, Felice Mustafa. Hi, Courtney Garrett. Alison Fisher, are you okay on this week?
God, it's booming up. Sorry.
No, Thursday we're on. I'm only on
Paul,
Thursday this week.
Oh, I won't go about that. What was I can't. Gabby Ross. I'm putting a video together for you guys and the subs. Guess what it is? Gabby Ruse.
I don't know. Can't guess what it is.
Can't guess what it is at all. How were your bowel movements after the chili, Wonder Woman? That's a good question.
They were hot.
Yes, Gavin and Stacey Beverly Panett is probably the highlight. You can't build terrestrial television around one show, though.
Yeah. Good question, Sharon. What dessert am I making for Christmas?
Yeah, hang on a minute.
I've got all the family coming over on Christmas Eve. So I was thinking of making this really gorgeous white chocolate bread and butter pudding or something like that. I haven't decided yet.
Say those words again.
White chocolate bread and butter pudding.
Why are you saying it in an M&S voice? Say it again in my... Really woo me. Come on.
White chocolate bread and butter pudding.
Oh my God.
My moan is that I have 3 uni deadlines before Christmas and 2 after. I'm a uni lectures, enjoy time off. Oh no! But just think, when you finish your degree, you'll never have to do them again.
Kathy, when are we going to see a short film? It's coming out in the new year.
Beverly Newton, I had a major... Sorry.
What, sorry?
I had a major operation last Monday. I didn't know it was going to be so major. I haven't started Christmas shopping yet. Only left the hospital 2 days ago and can't move. I'm panicking. Well, you know what, Beverly Newton? Every one of your family and friends that you would normally buy a Christmas present for, you've just got to say, I've had a major operation, guys. Let me cook you a really nice meal or something come January, but I can't do presents. Because you shouldn't have to push yourself. I remember that when I was pregnant with Maddie, and because Maddie was born on Christmas Day, and I remember just driving myself up and down because I just wanted to get Mark something, because Mark's such a good present, and I was trying to buy different things. I was going here and I was going there, and I stopped. I remember stopping in the middle of Covent Garden thinking, what am I doing? I'm so exhausted. I'm about to drop this baby, and I'm driving myself into the ground, but I carried on.
You did.
I did, but I shouldn't have.
Do you know what
I wish I hadn't.
Do you know what Gabby Ruse is compiling? A compilation of all the marks Nadia's ever said on the... That will be hysterical.
Really, Gabby?
If you get that through to us, we'll post it on our Instagram feed.
We'll be so excited.
When's vlog? This is Vlogmas tonight. Someone's asking.
Yeah, it's live Vlogmas tonight.
Sorry, this is your Vlogmas because I've been ultra busy and I couldn't do it.
Rebecca Little, I'm a primary school teacher. Children are so excited. Last day of term. Oh, that's a lovely bit of good news.
Do you know what we used to have at my school when I was a boy? We used to have we used to build a post box and we'd write letters to Santa.
Yeah, well, loved that. It was so exciting. That's the things I get worried about our kids missing out.
I wrote one.
Let's swallow off the telly. Shout out, please. Sarah Jordan. Hey Natalie says, I hate dark mornings. I have to walk to work, and it's scary.
Oh dear.
I remember that when I had really early morning. It is scary. It's exactly the same as walking in the middle of the bloody night. I don't blame you. That's a good moan.
Casey Lansdowne, Christmas moan about alcoholic dad in denial. Any help, advice would be fair.
Oh,
right.
Casey.
Well, the first thing you could do, Casey, is go to Al-Anon.
Yeah, that's what
For
I
you.
would advise.
For you.
In fact, we were talking today about me maybe going back to Al-Anon, which is for the family and friends of alcoholics or addicts. And you really need to get support. Trying to get through to somebody that doesn't want to get well and is in denial.
Well, it can be dangerous.
Is the worst, most horrendous place to be in. So what you have to do is you have to look after yourself, and you have to remember these three things. You didn't cause it, you can't control it, and you can't cure it.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 C's for anyone that is living with it. But I'm really glad you brought this up, because it's one of the things we wanted to talk about in this live, is that so many people, oh, it's Christmas, you know, and you know, most people like a drink, and that's fine. But a lot of people use it as an excuse to get absolutely plastered. And it can be really scary for the kids and horrible for the partner, whichever partner it is.
Well,
So
I would go further than that.
I'd
I'd say that a lot of families' Christmases are dictated by the drunkenness of pre-Christmas and the hangover between Christmas and New Year's before it all starts again.
But that would be our advice. Go to Al-Anon, Family Off. There's also adult children of alcoholics,
Adult children.
ACOA, isn't it? And just Google them, and the meetings. There's meetings all over the country at all times of year. Do it this week. If you can, do it this week. If you can, even just tonight, look it up and make a plan. Call them, say you want to come, say you feel a bit nervous. Can I just say
it's absolutely critical, if your dad is in denial and he's a raging alcoholic, that you do not try and intercept him. You have to get him at a point of, it sounds awful, regret, remorse, rock bottom-y type situation. That's the only way you're going to be able to intercept him and potentially get him to lift himself. The problem is you've got to want to lift yourself out of this. Darren Boy's saying that Al-Anon was really helpful for him.
Tasha Adrian, keeping it all together when you feel awful and alone. Oh,
the pressure of Christmas is about being popular, isn't it? It's like, you know, you're a great individual if you're popular. I'm not popular.
But also, it's just if you haven't got family, you haven't got friends, everything is so focused around being a couple or being in a family, and I think it's so hard. So you know what? There aren't any answers, but I think just sometimes a problem shared is a problem helped. Where was that? I just wanted to read the one underneath that. Do you know where that one went?
Let's have a look.
Adrienne was, and then it was underneath.
Can you please wish my hubby Lloyd a happy birthday?
Happy birthday, Lloyd.
Strawberry
Yeah, I
cupcake.
think it then came under here.
Yeah. My nana's.
Okay, well, let's read
Molly.
It's been a tough year, 19 in January. My nan was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, so looking after her. Oh, you're looking after her. Thanks for your videos. It's hard not to be depressed and be happy for others. Wow. Molly, that is massive. You're 19 and you're caring for your nan with Alzheimer's. Unimaginable. Poor you. But that is so tough.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. I mean, to have to care for anyone is such a huge pressure. But when you also are feeling like you've lost that person, you know, to a big degree with something like Alzheimer's, that's so hard. So, yeah, our heart goes out to you.
Kathy, how do you make an alcoholic see what they're doing when they constantly deny it?
You go to Al-Anon and you look after yourself.
Yeah, and also, if you're in a set of circumstances where you can essentially close them off to some degree. The only thing that got me to stop drinking was when Nadia said, the door is shut, you're not coming in, you're not coming back.
Yeah.
And only really at that point when you've drawn a boundary. So the only thing I would say is to safely draw some kind of boundary with whoever is drinking too much. You have to. But that can be really challenging, obviously. Nadia.
Donna Foster, my moan is everyone's saying, go on, have a drink, it's Christmas. I have no issue with addiction. However, I am a grown-ass woman, and if I don't want to have a drink, please don't pressure me. Such a good comment. I used to be one of those until, of course, I met Mark and I learnt more about, you know, I was terrible for that. Go on, don't be silly. I wouldn't dream of saying that to somebody now.
I used to say that all the time. To
Go
a
on,
friend of
don't
mine
be
who was
silly.
in
Have a
recovery.
drink. I would never say that
What's
now.
wrong with you? Why aren't you having a drink? I mean,
Oh my God,
we all
it's
do
so
it.
awful. I cringe when I think how I've done that. It's just so wrong. Like they say, isn't it? It's the only drug that you have to apologise for not taking. It's like if you walked in somewhere and said, I'm really sorry, I'm terribly sorry. No, I'm not. I can't take heroin tonight because I'm doing a marathon tomorrow. Oh, I can't take heroin. I've got the kids late. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
But that's exactly the same for alcohol. So
Yeah.
we hear you on that, sister.
Barney Clark, any joy fixing the leaking roof, Mark?
No.
No.
Lorraine Murray, I always get a bit upset this time of year. I miss my family dearly, being here without my family.
Distance.
From my Scotland. Distance.
And I get really annoyed when there's a strike. I'm all for public services and people having the right to strike, but the timing is often only there to punish the customer.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Or doesn't drive me nuts. Man walks into a bar with a steering wheel attached to his crutch. He says, what's that? The barman says, what's that? He says, I don't know, but it's driving me nuts.
It's very old.
Sorry.
But it's a good one.
It's a cracker. It's a cracker.
Nicola Craig, my mum has incurable breast cancer. She was diagnosed 3 years ago and still with us. I would cherish another Christmas with her. Thank you, Nadia, for doing the charity trek for such great. Nicola.
I heard that Kathy Bates today had a double mastectomy.
Did she?
She was on the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Did she?
Yeah.
Wow, it is. Yeah, I know a number of women now living with incurable cancer and have been living for quite a long time. But it's such a challenging road, isn't it? So big love to you and your mum.
One of my other things about Christmas is that everyone who isn't funny is really loud and thinks they are funny.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like a time of year when really unfunny people start to get even louder.
Yeah.
And they're not funny.
Oh my God, I love Rebecca Little. She says our house is like a little grotto.
Oh, are we little dwarves?
That's what I'm going for, a grotto.
We are grottos. Train strikes drive me mad. Yeah, so travel is really difficult. I think the majority of people are travelling around Christmas. It's so hard.
Keris Entwistle. Oh, it's interesting this because of course I know all these names because I see you all message often. So it's interesting. Keris Entwistle, I didn't realise you have social anxiety. She says it's a bitch. So lonely when you don't go out. Also struggle with work. Tried to get help a couple of years ago, cancelled one appointment in advance and never heard back since. Try and get that appointment again and go and get... I've been nagging Mark recently to get more help with social anxiety and all of that because it's so hard to work on that stuff on your own. It's so hard because it's so easy to say, well, it's not easy, but it feels like the easier option to say, you know what, I just won't go out. You know what, I just won't mix with people. And I understand that because if it makes you anxious, you're going to hide away. And the only way to break that is with some sort of professional help, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Why don't you do it then?
I don't know.
Well, why don't you?
I
Say
will.
to Keris Entwistle.
Well, I mean, I should. I must. The thing is, there's always more that you can do to help. And my social anxiety, I allow myself to run around and hide thinking I'm too busy doing too many other things in order to have time to go out and do things. And then I have a crushing low self-esteem because I think, oh, no one would be really interested in sort of chatting to me, you know,
You're such an idiot.
And then I think I can't, well, the other problem I have is I can't do small talk. And so
Yes,
many
you
people,
can.
I can't.
Darling, you do a lot of small talk.
It makes me, what do you mean? What do you mean? I don't sit there going, oh, how are you? Yeah, I'm really good. What's the weather like?
Yeah, but nobody likes small talk.
Yeah,
it's just
and it
one
makes
of
me
the
want to run
things
for the hills.
that
Yeah,
you
but
just
I
have to
can't
get
do
through.
it. A lot of people can do it, and I just can't
No, but
do it.
nobody's happy doing it. Everyone is just breaking through that first bit of small talk to then
No,
get
I
to
know, but I just feel-
socialise.
I-
You have to jump into the cold water. It's like when the swimming
I
pool is
always worry
freezing
that
cold
I'm-
and you don't want to get in and you jump in and it's hell on earth and then you take a few...
And I worry that when I talk to people, that I'm gonna
He does have imposter
gonna
syndrome,
disappoint.
Vicky. Mark has imposter syndrome. You do. And he has massive, like the most extreme case of social anxiety I think I've ever seen.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people that would connect with this.
Yeah,
There's
no,
a lot
absolutely.
of our subscribers that have the same thing.
No,
It
I
is a
know.
genuine thing. And actually, it might seem like if I said I get social anxiety, you'd go, what? You know, I'm a TV presenter, or I'm gregarious, I'm loud. But look at Mark, he's gregarious, he's loud as well. But I do get anxious about social
I'm very
situations.
shy. I'm actually a very shy person.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I like to be behind the camera. It's like why I like sort of the creative side of doing all that. But I love doing this because in a weird way you can be public but private. Do you know what I mean? I mean,
Exactly.
maybe that's what.
Sally Connolly. Happy birthday.
Now that must be a real moan for people whose birthdays are around Christmas. Izzy's is on the 20th of December. Maddie's is on Christmas Day.
Poor Maddie.
People asking how Maddie and Kiki are. Kiki's a lot better, thank you, because of course in the vlog you were at the point where Kiki wasn't well.
Oh yeah, they're better now.
They're
Because
both
we
a
don't
lot
know what
better.
day we're on with the vlog. Are you enjoying the vlogs, guys?
Do you like the vlogs, or should we just stop them like tonight, dramatically, just like a cliff edge? Shall I just put my feet up and go, nah? Oh god, my back's still a bit funny. Should we just stop them?
Mark, YouTube is your therapy. It is a bit.
It is a bit, and I've said that, and I admit that, and I accept that.
Jess Benjerfield. I'm gregarious, but I'm a contradiction. People do not understand how I have depression. But you're not a contradiction. You're just a human being. We tend to want to say we're just one thing or another. Like you, like this morning, I was a bit upset, wasn't I? I was talking. I was in a bit of a state about me and who I am and all of this. And the thing is, as I was sort of pouring out, having this outpouring, I was also having the repeated epiphany, which was, yeah, but you are those things, Nadia, but you're all those things. You're not just one. Yeah, you can be a shit friend and a shit daughter and a shit whatever, but you can also be really good. You can be gregarious, but you can also be very shy. We want to pigeonhole everybody.
This woman rarely allows herself to feel vulnerable because she doesn't want to burden people, because she is actually always carrying the weight of a great number of us, and we all would like sometimes for you to rest your head on our shoulders and just accept what we want to give you, which is totally untransmittable sometimes. No, but do you know what I mean? I mean, it's hard. I mean, Nadia struggles to kind of reach out for help. I reach out for help all the bloody time with you guys, don't I? A lot of people saying, we should pack up VLOGMAS.
Are they?
No.
My son is 28. Where is that? Every time I find one, you scroll it as fast as you can. It's so annoying.
Look,
there's a woman there
I'm
saying
busy.
about her son having really bad anxiety, social anxiety, 28 years old. Oh, I lost it. Can't find it.
Sorry. Let me see if I can find it back. Whilst I'm there, I'm sexy.
And I snow it.
And I snow it. Moan alert.
Oh, I can't find it. I'm sorry.
Lost out, oh, what's that? Joe Elizabeth.84. How long do you have to be a sub before you earn a shout out? I don't know. How long have you been a sub?
Joe Elizabeth.84. You are now being shouted out. Happy Christmas season. Oh, Monster Mash 565. I think they said that. How do I deal with criticism and not take it too personally? Ooh, there we go. How do you deal with criticism and not take it too personally? Ooh, well,
How do you deal with criticism?
my regular followers
Bloody
here
hell.
will know that I have my line. Say my line. What is it?
Those who mind don't matter. Those who matter don't mind. Are you still going to make mince pies more pressingly?
So if somebody is saying something awful to you or criticising you and you really care about them, have the conversation with them. Oh God, what are you saying? Oh, am I like that? God, I didn't know that. In what way? If it's somebody that you know doesn't care about you and you don't care about them, what does it matter what they think about you? That's how I deal with it. So like if anybody ever trolls, I literally feel nothing. It's just like, they're just nothing. Like, I love it, you know, when people disagree, if people disagree with stuff that we say, and then they put a coherent point of view across, we love that. But when people are just nasty or people are just critical for the sake of it, I literally don't care. Because it's just like, they're not nice people, so it doesn't matter what they're saying. But constructive criticism is something, it always stings a bit, doesn't it? The truth hurts. And it's like sometimes we'll say stuff to each other and we know that it's
about a couple of other things as well. It's about intention, and it's about the way in which it's transmitted. criticism, when I used to be a lecturer, and so you'd have to give like film students feedback, and there'd be some lecturers who would just be like, no, it's a crit, we've just got to give it to them between the eyes. And I'd be like, well,
Why?
I
Why
don't
do you have to be
entirely agree.
nasty?
I think you can enthuse people and be constructive criticism is a thing. I don't believe in any criticism other than constructive criticism. Just be constructive. But the other phrase that I like, as well as those that mind don't matter and all that, is better to be kind than right. Which I just
That's
think is
from
so
the movie Wonder.
critical. I think it's critical because,
Just imagine that. If you're really rowing
Yeah.
at the moment, if you're really stuck in that rut of really arguing all the time with your partner, just stop and just think, better to be kind than be right. Let the argument go and just be kind to yourself. If anything, you're being kinder to yourself.
Yeah.
Everyone's telling me not to try to be the next Sawalha. I love Sawalha.
Will there be a question tonight? There will. I'm going to ask you, what is the complete diagnosis of my mental health condition? No, I'm not.
Kelly Cole, I have a huge family. I've decided that to only buy for kids now as the family is growing and growing, and I feel bad I can't buy for the adults. It's draining the bank account. Well, absolutely. Nobody should feel the pressure to buy. I think Secret Santa is brilliant. When people have got big families, Secret Santa is great. And if you put a limit on it, it's what we do on Loose Women. You cut for tenner, and then you get your Secret Santa, you put your Secret Santa and you get a present for a tenner. And then it's just everybody can afford it.
Can I just read this one out from United Nations? I suffer with mental health problems and I'm always labelled sensitive. But I do think this was one of the reasons I kept it secret for many years. So that kind of fueled the problem. Oversensitive. Oh, you're oversensitive. Don't be so sensitive. It's used in such a pejorative. Oh, I just missed the tail. Pejorative sense,
I think
isn't
sensitive.
it?
I think sensitive is a compliment, not a criticism.
So is
So, like,
shyness.
if somebody says to you, "You're sensitive," just turn it around in your head and just go, "Yeah, I am. I'm really sensitive to what's going on in the world. I'm sensitive to other people's feelings. I'm sensitive to my own feelings." Take it as a compliment. You don't have to say anything to them, but just take it and go, "Yeah, I am. I'm really in tune with what's going on and I feel things deeply." Good.
Buchanan Moncure, I'm a professional psychic and predict great things for your mental health, Mark. I'm
Oh,
bloody
that's
relieved,
great.
Buchanan, that you don't predict
Can you
anything
tell us
more.
whether his play is going to be a huge
Well, and
smash
also,
hit?
can you-
Because I think it is.
Can you tell me that my brain isn't going to explode? My Christmas jumper was an EastEnders. Danny Dyer was wearing it.
Was he?
I've developed a huge crush on Danny Dyer. Okay, what's the more light-hearted moment? We've done a big. Sort
Oh,
of,
Rebecca Little doesn't watch telly anymore because she just watches our vlogs.
damn right, we don't watch too much telly. We watch streaming stuff. Don't
A's
we?
edition, I have a fat arse. That's a sad
Pardon?
but harsh truth.
God, that's
her
harsh.
moan.
Look, that constructive criticism is you've got a shapely butt. Wouldn't it be? That's constructive. How do I stop feeling anxious about all the Christmas socials and constant events? What about the old Christmas
Why don't
party
you?
thing?
Okay, just if there's too many of them, just say I'm a bit overwhelmed. Don't lie. Just say I'm really overwhelmed. I'm getting myself really anxious. I'm not going to come to the do tonight. Maybe we can meet up for a coffee or a drink in the new year. I've just got overwhelmed. The thing is, as humans, we just never think that we can just do that. You know, like sometimes when you've got cancer and you think,
Yeah.
what should I say? What should I say? And the
I
thing
love
is,
a
to
cancellation.
just tell the truth. Actually,
Yeah.
people usually go, "Oh, okay, I understand."
I do, yeah, I think, and also drinking doesn't help with telling the truth. I used to get myself tied up in all sorts of knots trying to not hurt people by telling lies, by
Yeah.
sort of being, loose with the truth. And Terry Taylor, hello back, matey. I hope you're
Sarah
well.
Jordan, people always say my daughter is sensitive. Great way to think about it, Nadia. It's a compliment, exactly. If somebody says you're sensitive, say, "Oh, thank you."
Okay.
You know what? I'd rather be sensitive than thick-skinned.
Biggest moan of the season is, why is it when we play charades, no one observes the not talking?
Because it's too funny.
No one doesn't talk.
Maybe too much fun.
But my favourite game is Guess Who You Are, with the one on the,
Oh, I
on
love
the
that.
forehead.
You never played that. We haven't played that for years because you go, "Oh, no, not
Me
that."
who doesn't play. It's
I
because we
love
don't have
that.
enough sticky tape to stick things to our
On
forehead.
Christmas Eve, when the family come around, I want us to play a game.
It's when someone sits there and goes, "Am I Jesus?" Always makes me chuckle.
I remember Dina once. She had she asked 2 questions and she got it, didn't she?
Yeah.
Who was it? She was the Italian Mussolini. She said, "Am I a man?" They said, "Yes." She said, "Am I Italian?" They said, "Yes." She goes, "Am I Mussolini?"
How did she get
Yes.
there? I remember that. I gave her Mussolini.
It was so funny. We're like, oh my God, how did you discover your Mussolini?
Another pet hate. Can I tell you a pet hate from being a child?
Jack Daniels and Diet Coke.
Pet hate is when you go under the Christmas tree to open a present and it's a brick that keeps the Christmas tree steady.
Yeah, we definitely had that.
I
we were talking about this
hated
the other day.
I hate the
that
amount
was a thing.
of that was a
that
thing.
was a real thing.
So they'd keep them in, and that was just so disappointing.
Yeah, it was.
Because Santa wasn't generous.
It was.
No, I know. We're nearly 1,000 people
I always
currently
cancel.
watching. Look at
Wow,
that.
that's quite something.
Welcome on board,
I
guys.
always cancel on people, says Keris and Whistle.
Well, not
and I definitely get called sensitive in arguments. It's so annoying. I care about what people think of me. So, turn this frown upside down and make it into
did
a
you just
compliment. Oh, thank you. It will really throw people off. Oh, do you
I
think
thought you
I'm
were talking to someone else in the room. That was so
going to
strange.
Keris.
No, I realised, but it was so convincing. You're such a good actress.
I'm not acting. I'm talking to Keris.
No, I know, but you were in your ability to talk to someone else who wasn't in the room. I looked past the camera.
Victoria Bradwell, I can't believe how many of us suffer from mental health issues. There is sadness in the numbers, but comforting to know I'm not alone when I expected to be jolly 24/7. This is it.
Yeah.
Right, okay. This is the other thing. Happiness is only moments. It's just moments. Like, maybe people say, I just want to be happy. I want my children to be happy. I want my so-and-so to be happy. I just want to be happy. Happy is just one out of many different emotions.
And the other thing is that, remember, when you're not feeling happy, it's what we say to our kids, actually, the girls, is whenever they're feeling blue or down or depressed, it will pass. All things come to an end. I mean,
Yeah.
that, you can view that negatively, or you can view it positively. So bad things come to an end, and good things come to an end. So it is that, it's flipping it round when you're feeling, I mean, I get it.
And you know what you were just saying there about, it's comforting to know that so many people have mental health issues. Everybody has mental health issues, right, at some point.
Yeah.
Because we've got to stop seeing it as a totally separate thing from our bodies. We all know our bodies get sick sometimes.
Yeah.
Why can't our minds? And as
Yeah.
long as we're thinking of it as a completely, different, unusual, out there thing, then we're still not getting the point about mental health and what it means.
Pet annoyance on Christmas Day is when you pull a cracker, you win it, but the toy flies over your shoulder and you can't find it.
Well, you don't need to find it because you know what it is. It's either going to
That's
be
not
toe
true.
clippers, a useless nail file.
No, or a really useful
sharpener.
mini screwdriver.
Oh, yes.
Mini screwdriver is it.
Elizabeth Gordon, sensitive is being in touch with your feelings, and that is good because then you have a real, true and good relationship with yourself and others.
That's true. And Xander Gibbs saying, remain compassionate at all times.
Exactly.
I mean, it's, yeah. The thing is, as well, is that I often think the bar humbugs at Christmas, they annoy me. But the thing is that everyone's experience of life is relative to whatever they're going through, isn't it?
But I even think a bar humbug is quite fun. I quite like a bar humbug.
Yeah.
Because I think that's interesting because we're all made up in different ways. I mean, one of my friends says that Christmas is a complete conspiracy to get women to just work really,
That's
to
absolute
work
nonsense.
really
I
hard.
don't think it's a conspiracy by women to control the family.
Fight.
Don't you? I do think there are a lot, I don't just mean women, but there are a lot of, because a lot of men take ownership of the kitchen and all that sort of stuff at Christmas time.
I don't think they do, Tony.
Well, my
I don't think
ex's
a lot of men
father
do.
did.
Well, no,
My
I
ex-
don't think a lot of men take charge of the kitchen.
Well, I have done
think
a few
some
times.
men
But I
do.
think whoever takes charge of
Hang
the
on a
kitchen
minute.
tries to take
Hang
charge
on,
of
did you just
Christmas.
say you'd taken charge of the kitchen?
The year I did the goose.
Darling, you did a goose while I did everything else. You put a bloody goose in the oven and we've never heard the end of it ever since. Do you remember when I did a goose? Do you remember when I did a goose? Do you remember when I did a goose?
I found the goose. I killed the goose.
But
I
I like
cooked
doing
the
the cooking.
goose.
I like doing the cooking.
I know you
enjoy
do.
it, so it
but I
doesn't
do
matter.
think this idea that it enslaves people is ridiculous. You know, half as much control and everyone will have a much better day.
Exactly. We must
Everyone let go. Let go.
My favourite part of the day is watching videos. Oh, thank you, Sophie.
Did someone just ask if I'm watching Star Wars? Is the Pope a bear and does he
He's-
poo in the woods?
Yeah, he's definitely watching.
We're going to a midnight screening, guys, and we're going to be reviewing it at like 3 a.m. in the morning.
Samantha Obertel, there are so many people who don't understand mental health and just tell you it's all in your head. It's so upsetting. Of course it's in your head. It's in your brain. It's in your magnificent brain
What
that's
is?
got a million questions. Mental health.
Mental health,
People
it's
go,
in
it's
there.
just in your head. What a stupid thing to say.
I know. And it's so frowned upon. Also, the other thing that Nadia often says, alcohol, when you're out and people keep saying to you, why aren't you having a drink? It's the only drink that people make you feel, it's the only drug that people make you feel bad when you say no to it, isn't it? Oh, excuse me.
Oh, right, guys, we'd better go because it's very late.
What's our question of the night, Nadia Sawalha off the telly?
You're asking it.
So, how many Robin Redbreasts were there on Izzy's card to us? How many Robin
The
Redbreasts?
winner will get a card, a personalised card from us.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Cancer
Night, everybody.
Oh, look,
Thank
it's at
you. That was-
997. Come on, tell your friends, phone
Oh,
a
come
friend,
on.
tell them to
Get
go to
us up to
1,000. Come on, get up to
1,000.
1,000. It's really cool, it's really fun.
Yeah! That was amazing.
So the art of...
It went to 1,000. How
Where's
did that
our
happen?
psychic when you need
How
her?
did that happen?
I just went, let's do it again.
You said, can we get... I think people think we're having a poo, so it's gone down. Thank you, everybody.
I just followed through.
Why did you have to say that? Why?
Because it's Christmas and
Mark.
I like a Yuletide log.
Hi, that's a nice way to end.